Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and it is the 1st of September, and if you've been around our channel for a while, you know what that means. September is Scraptember, where we scrapbook a layout every day in September. Last year we joined forces with Laura Alberts for our Scraptember series, and we use a prompt every day to help us create a layout. And this year, for the first time, we have actually joined forces with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life for her 30 Days of Sketches series. So it's Scraptember meets 30 Days of Sketches. So today I have the sketch for 30 Days of Sketches in the top left there. And the prompt, if you haven't already figured it out by my background, is stitching. So today's prompt is stitching. And I have used this awesome cut file from Confessions of a Paper Addict. I think it's called Stitch Diamonds. I'll leave it in the description box down below. I'm not going to lie, it does take a little bit of time to stitch, but it's very satisfying. And I use this, what do you call it? Like, it's not really ombre. Well, I guess it's ombre. An ombre thread or floss, if you're from the States, DMC floss. And it's like a purple. And it's got lots of different shades of purple, but it also has sort of white or grey kind of through to a darker purple. It's really beautiful, and it came up so nicely, and I am pairing it with Cocoa Vanilla Studio Bohemian Dreams collection. I still have quite a bit left, so that is what I'm pairing it with. Now, in terms of the sketch, I am ignoring the stitched triangle in the back of this sketch because I've got so much stitching already on the page. I didn't want to do kind of anything else, so I'm ignoring that triangle, but everything else I stick fairly true to the sketch. I am only using one photo. Now, I'm probably going to spend a bit more time telling you about our series this month in this video than I will for the rest of the month, but every day you'll get a video from Laura Alberts and our channel and Christy's channel, but there's also a whole heap of people who are joining us every day. Now, I could read them all out, but I know that I'll miss people. So please, please, please check the description box down below. To the best of my knowledge, we also have guests joining us kind of sporadically throughout the month. So I will probably mention them specifically on the day that they're joining us, because you know, there's a few people who are only coming in maybe once in the month or a couple of times in the month, as well as the whole list of people who are joining us daily. So I guess the daily people that I know about, but the list is far greater. There's Moira, Scrappy Kathy, although she might only be joining on some days, I'm not sure. Janet from Galaxy Girl, Crystal Barrett from Pineapple Papers, Ronnie Sue, Rebecca Lockhart, Brittany Nicole, Jackie from Craft IQ, and MK. So MK Gunn. And so today, in terms of our special guests, I'm pretty sure we have Lisa Brooks, and Mally Art, as well as the extras who are joining us every day. So there are lots and lots of people who are going to be linked in the description box down below. So the moral of this story is, if you want inspiration in September, you are going to have it. There is so much going on. We also have a Facebook group for Scraptember, which you're welcome to come over and join us. It's not super active for the rest of the year, although it is. We pop in and out every month, but for September, it's obviously very active. So definitely come over and join us. That will be linked in the description box down below. But yeah, we're going to have a big month, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Jess and I, being in Melbourne, are both in lockdown still. At least we are at the start of September. I am filming this voiceover quite late in August. Not as organised as I would like to be. I've filmed a lot of videos, but I haven't voiceovered them. So I'm kind of trying to catch up with my voiceovering in the next few days, and it's the very end of August, and we are still in lockdown. It's safe to say we're both have good days and bad days. It's not easy being in lockdown. We've been in lockdown for a long time in Melbourne. We've been in and out of lockdown for almost 2 years now. And it's tough. It is tough. So if we're a bit flatter than usual, just know that's why. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. But that's okay. September is a fun month, and we hope to get swept up in the excitement that is September. So yeah, please join us. Scrap along if you'd like. All of the prompts and the sketches are up both in Christie's 30 Days of Sketches Facebook group and in our Scraptember Facebook group. I'll try to remember to link both in the description box. But yeah, if you love sketches, it's a great place to be. And if you like prompts, just to make it a little extra hard for you, then yeah, join us. You'll find for Laura and for Jess and I, and probably for Christy as well, we're not always going to use both the sketch and the prompt. Sometimes we might only use the sketch. Sometimes we might only use the prompt. We just want to be creating every day. The sketches and the prompts are there to try and inspire you, but don't let them inhibit you. If you don't want to use the sketch or the prompt, don't. If you just want to create a layout, please do, and please share it with us. So yeah, this is Scraptember. Welcome. We're so excited. Now, I should probably tell you what I'm doing. I am following the sketch, as I said, fairly closely, just ignoring the triangle part. And I am using a lot of the florals from the Bohemian Dreams collection. I don't have a heap of the florals left. I've got a heap of the collection left. I actually think I might pop it in my little IKEA, I can't remember what you call it. Everybody has them that they unpack their kits into. I've got one that sits beside my desk, and I try to put the kind of kits that I'm working on and focusing on. So whether they're my monthly focus kits or just things that I want to use up, I try to pop them in there to remind myself to use them up. And I think this might be on my list to use up. I don't have a heap of it left. It's a beautiful collection, but I've got so many of the new Coco Vanilla Studio collections that I haven't even touched yet that I really want to use up some of the older stuff. So I think I might put this in my to use up pile. So I am adding some of the vellum florals into my 3 clusters, as well as I've got a chipboard floral and then just some die cut florals. So I'm adding those in, popping some of them up on foam and sticking some down flat. I did use a combination of wet glue and double-sided tape. So I used wet glue. I was explaining Scraptember at the time, but I did use wet glue to stick down my sort of large strips of pattern paper to the background, just because I had all of that stitching in the background. I wanted to make sure that the paper would stick. So I did use my wet glue for that, which is good. And as I said, I've used a combination of wet glue and double-sided tape for my ephemera here, particularly my vellum. I was using the wet glue, but it curls a little bit with the vellum, so I did move to double-sided tape and just sort of put the double-sided tape on the parts that were kind of tucked underneath the other die cut so you couldn't see it, and it looks great. You can't tell at all. I'm really happy with how this layout turned out. I don't use purple very often. You don't find purple in a lot of scrapbooking layouts, scrapbooking collections, and it is a difficult colour, and I'm not a colour theorist, I'm not an artist. Somebody could probably give you a very scientific reason about why purple is a difficult colour to use, but it is, and it doesn't appear in a lot of scrapbooking collections. But I really liked it here. I think it really worked. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I hope you are too. It's a good start to the month. So we have a lot of content coming at you in September, so don't get overwhelmed. If you're not up to scrapping every day, please don't worry about scrapping a layout every day. I love just trying to scrap a little bit every day or doing something crafty every day, even if it's not scrapbooking, but it might be sorting my photos or editing a video or doing some digital project life, that I can sit in front of the TV and do. So there's, lots of different things I like to do something creative every day. And it has been good in the lockdown where, as I said, I'm not going to lie, it's been tricky. We've been a bit down, been a bit low. So just doing a little bit here and there has been nice to kind of lift the mood slightly. So I would recommend it if you can. So yeah, come and hang out with us. I should turn my computer off because it's beeping at me. So what am I up to? Oh, I'm still popping up my die cuts. I think I'm adding my little word phrases. So I've got a word phrase in each cluster. So the top one says be yourself. I've then got fine and dandy, which I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but that was what was there. And then wild child is the one in the bottom right. Just packing up a few of these ephemera bits so I don't lose them. And then I'm going to think about my title. Now on my desk, I also have quite a few of my thicker phrase sets that are sort of partially used that I am trying to use up, and I'm trying to get myself to use them and put them on layouts. So I do just rummage through those first to come up with a title, and I do find a set of thickers. Now you're probably going to ask me what they're called, and I don't know because for whatever reason I cut the top off so that they fit in a box better. I don't remember what they're called. I think they went with the Maggie Holmes collection, but I can't remember. But I use the word shine, and then I add a few of these triangles around the page. I just thought the triangles kind of went with the diamond shape. I know they're a different shape, but just I thought about a heart, but I felt like the triangles with the, I don't know, the sharp edges, the points, they just sort of felt like they worked. So I do end up adding them. Oh, but first I think I'm adding some butterflies. I'm adding one butterfly to each cluster, and then I will come in, as I said, and add some of those diamonds. I will add all of the diamonds that are on the thicker set. I just wanted to add a bit more of that gold because it's quite intense, the glitter, and it's got like a brown foam background, so it's quite kind of heavy, and so I just wanted to make sure that it was in a couple of other places on the layout just to sort of tie it in, create that visual triangle, and so I do. So there's not enough to have 3 triangles per cluster for whatever reason. When they created this thicker set, they decided not to have enough to do that, but I'm adding everything that's on there because I don't want to use up as much as I can. So I'm just adding those in, and I add 2 to each cluster, and then one cluster has 3. Because again, I didn't want to be left with just one triangle. So I'm adding that on. And then I'm going to add some navy Heidi Swapp Colour Shine. Now there's not a lot, there is a tiny bit of blue in this collection. Well, there's more blue in the collection than what I used. There is a tiny bit of blue, but the navy, it's just a really nice colour. It has a really nice shimmer to it, and I knew it would go well with this, and it does. And I don't have a purple mist, so couldn't use that. And then I'm really happy with how this is looking. Oh, I realised I forgot to stick those little, what do you call them, tabs, those little tabs in. So one says captured and one says favourite, and I've just added both of those in. So I'm just using some wet glue just so I can slide them and give myself a bit of wiggle room to position them where I want, and then I'm done. So here are some close-ups coming up. Please check the description box down below. There is a lot of people linked. So check the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. Hold on, September is coming. It's a big month, and we so look forward to hanging out with you all month. So thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.